Alright, so in an effort to put more content out on this YouTube page, I've decided to go through some of my old sketchbooks to basically see how I was doing back in the year of our Lord 2001, apparently. I'm hoping I left the price tag on all these sketchbooks, because I don't think I dated a lot of these drawings, so... but this will be the first one. Let's take a look. Alright, so this first page looks like I was throwing together some kind of undead hunting squad. We got Vampire Hunter D up here. We got Raziel up there. We got Ash from Evil Dead over here. And we got Shadow Man from the Shadow Man games right there. I was a real big fan of Shadow Man, the games and the comic books. It's really cool. The new comics that are out for Shadow Man are okay, I guess, but I really liked the Michael Leroy character and how he just looks cool. I don't know. He's like a voodoo detective. Really cool. This next page is Raziel from the Legacy of Kain series. Alright, so next page, we got Yosagi Yojimbo from, well, most people know him from Ninja Turtles. He had his own comic book series, though, and it was, he's a pretty cool character. Just really inspired by Kurosawa films and whatnot. Apparently these are the villains of the first page we did there. You can see the darkness from Legend. We got Nosferatu from the movie Nosferatu. That is actually the mom from the Dead Alive series. The movie Dead Alive. What she turns into at the end, I don't know why that would be so iconic as to make me want to draw it. That's a little weird. And then there's the question mark guy, who is clearly Beetlejuice, so I don't know why I even put a question mark on it. And there's Beetlejuice. Very inspired by the cartoon of Beetlejuice that I watched when I was a kid. He's holding a bat that says Nutcracker on it, and giving the finger. Well, I'm gonna get flagged by YouTube for this. Wanna ride this fucking model? Honk honk. What? God, I was a weird kid. Well, not even a kid. I was 18 years old at this point. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, it looks like I was writing up plans. I think I was working on a, oh, Ash. I thought that said A-G-H. I think I was working on a, RPG Maker game. The RPG Maker for PlayStation. It was hard, though. I like doing the artwork and stuff, and I wish I still had the pixel art for it. Because I ended up doing, I think that's why I had those 4 guys at the beginning, because they were going to be the main characters. Let's see. I ended up, doing like a lot of really good pixel art of the characters in the game, and then I also had Jay and Silent Bob were the shopkeepers in each level, so I was doing that. It was a dumb idea. It was never going to work, but yeah, it was a fun little exercise, I guess. The Shadow Man spells and abilities, yeah. So these are just boring, lots of text. I'm moving on. These are some maps for that same game. You can see Jay and Silent Bob right there. Right there. It's like mini bosses and whatnot. It's a neat idea, but it didn't work out. These were probably... Yeah, this was... these were like rough ideas for the sprites, basically, making chibi versions of these characters. I ended up on the weird... goth chick from Return of the Living Dead 3, I think, because she's kind of cool looking and really underused in that movie. She's got an awesome look, but she doesn't do anything. But I was going to make a game where she did something. And that looks like a weird, like, hyper version of Gigan from the Godzilla movies. His crazy chainsaws and jets and all sorts of nutso stuff. I don't know, like, this was before Final Wars came out, so I think I had the idea for the chainsaw arms before Toho did. They owe me some money. This was 2001. Hey. I draw a lot of kaijus. I'm a big Godzilla fan. One of my kaiju ideas was Stigmatosaurus. Don't ask. It's just metal, and I was way into metal and shit. And so yeah, this is obviously the stigmata is the injuries that Christ received, and he's a dinosaur who's got spikes on the injuries. He's like a demonic spirit or whatever. So he's got the crown of thorns and the spikes coming out of his hands and feet, and then, you know, spear-like things coming out of his back. It's weird artsy kid shit. I don't know. It's kind of silly now, but at the time I thought that was so awesome. That's so awesome. Yeah. Just weird demon creatures with 4 pectoral muscles, because you would need 4 pectoral muscles if you had wings, right? Right? I was thinking of the science, you guys. And of course, here's a female version with boobs. Yeah, these are weird demonic ape things that I drew. I'm sure there was a backstory to it. I've since forgotten it. Maybe I'll remember it as I go through here. And here's the lizard. I think they were like 2 different... It was like another dimension where there was these 2 different tribes of people, and they would transform into these different forms based on crystals that they had, and there were, you know, they were basically bringing in people as slaves, like normal human beings in as slaves, and you had to, like, there's a group of plucky outsiders trying to defend against these 2 warring factions and just try to stay alive. It's one of my many ideas that never went anywhere. And here's more details on these guys. Males have prominent horns. Yes, they do. Evolved from tree-dwelling bat-like primates. Females have 4 breasts, usually 2 children at a time. I don't know why I would be so fixated on that detail. Yes. All right, and then they were somewhere between lizards and birds. The other ones, more of the crystals. And these were kind of like a more like subservient, a more docile race in this world that the humans kind of they sort of come into contact with them and join them as a kind of rebellion type thing. They have like weird bug wings that they fly on. They're more like fish, sort of like fish fins, but they work as wings. There's Scarlet Spidey versus Venom. It's a little unfinished, but you can see I was a big fan of the Scarlet Spider just design. I just think he looks cool. A lot of the alternate Spider-Man costumes are so cool. Like now they have Spider-Gwen. Spider-Gwen is such an awesome design. Like that you forgive that you almost forgive that the character is just some sort of like it's like, yeah, it's an alternate reality, and it's, you know, and alternate realities are kind of silly, but that art design is just so awesome that you just forgive how weird the backstory is. And also just the idea of Gwen Stacy being having Spider-Man powers after everything the comic books have done to her just seems like vindication. Here's one with color, probably colored with colored pencils or crayon. No, that's colored pencil. Yeah, just having some fun. Drawing away. Here's another weird alternate Gigan from Godzilla design. He's got weird UFOs on his shoulders to help keep him up. And then he's just got a crazy whip-cracky tail and weird buzzsaw hands. It's a neat design. Maybe I should finish that or something. That'd be fun. And then here's a comic I drew of Godzilla. Kagan. That's what I named him. That's a very kaiju sounding name. Godzilla versus Kagan. In the beginning, they stare. There is a stare down. The waiting, the taunting. Godzilla, king of monsters, is programmed by instinct to survive. My handwriting is frickin' terrible. The other Kagon, programmed by computers to destroy. He makes the first strike. Then Godzilla counters with a bite to the tail. A foolish move. The fiend tries to escape. But Godzilla, driven by burning rage, held fast to its struggling tail. And then the guy lifts him up. The idea was that he would take him into space. I never finished it. He'd take him into space, and then ice crystals would start forming around Godzilla's face. And then the Hulk movie came out, and that literally happens in the Hulk movie. So just goes to show you, if you have an idea, get it the fuck out there before somebody steals it. Oh, someone at work, when I was working, asked me to draw Frankenstein for some reason, and this is what I drew. I don't know, he wanted like a cartoony kind of graffiti looking Frankenstein. I could probably do that way better now, but still, it's a lot of fun. I find it's easier to finish a drawing when I'm doing it for someone else. I don't know. We ended up just putting that on a photocopier for the guy. Godzilla redesign. I think every Godzilla fan has a Godzilla redesign that captures the kind of suitmation, suit spirit, the more human-shaped Godzilla. I think everybody who likes Godzilla and can draw does their own version of that. And this is mine. I'm sure there's others in these books, but yeah, the prominent canines and the ears. Godzilla's supposed to has cat-like ears for some reason, even though he's a reptile. Whatever. Who cares? It's fun. There's some more of these bizarre creatures. I think this was one of the rebels. He was like a crossbreed or something. I think that's supposed to be him. And his horn is split down the middle, because why not? Interesting idea. Just playing around with drawing anime faces, I guess. Man, I sucked. These are bad, you guys. These are really bad. Whew. Oh, man. Okay. Again, playing around with drawing anime. Anime is so easy. I don't know why I had so much trouble with it. It's literally drawn that way so it could be mass-produced. I don't know why. Oh, God, that looks so bad. Oh. That's better. That's a finished headshot of the more bat-like demon characters. It's kind of cool looking. Yeah, I like the texture. The bloodshot eyes staring into your soul. And there's the other one. The more bird-like ones. It's fun. Just random drawings of weapons, I guess. Kind of a weird sickle one. I think I have a theory that when you're young and you're into D&D, you want to design all these crazy-ass fucking weapons, and then you grow up and you realize how impractical it would be to actually have to try to hold one or use one as a weapon. And then you're just like, no, an axe is fine. Axes have been around for thousands of years. Why would somebody want to put a sickle at the end of it? Come on. And it's more weapons. Oh yeah, I was in RPG Maker as well. Like, I'd always get to like the design phase of RPG Maker and then have to do programming and just give up. So these were different weapons that the different Ninja Turtles would use in RPG Maker. So, yeah. My idea was kind of neat, though. It was, everybody's weapons have different properties. Leo, though, was like a just straight up damage, but Raph had his weapon, each weapon has like a different ability, and Raph's ability would be to disarm people, which would lower their attack, because that's what sais are for. So I gave him like the hook swords too, and just a weird... I had an idea for like a magnetic one. I don't know if that'll be in here anywhere, but like a weird technology-based one that's just basically a magnet with a blade coming out of the middle of it. And there's lightsabers, maybe? Huh. Just some straight-up Ninja Turtles drawings. They're alright. I like Ninja Turtles. Raphael, yeah. Sometimes I get to a point where I'm just like, I don't like this. Moving on. This is no exception. Not sure what this was about. Probably just another character I came up with. Has several Asian weapons. Okay. Outfit of modern samurai, of course. Trench coat, cut off jorts, and some sandals. Right, okay. God. And his hand is possessed and gives him magic powers. That's not a bad idea for a character. Just get rid of them jorts and we'll talk. Alright, and then this guy... Maybe I was trying to come up with original undead hunting characters, because this is clearly influenced by Ash. This is what I thought was cool back in 2001. Just fucking tribal tattoos and covered with piercings. There you go. Just meat cleavers. Got all kinds of edged weapons there. Looks like the hierarchy of the Foot Clan or something. We got Shredder down there, and we got the Foot Soldiers over here. And the robot Foot Soldiers. There's a difference, right? There's the human Foot Soldiers and the robot Foot Soldiers. And then there's the elite Foot Soldiers. And they have feet on their loincloth to tell you where to kick them. Because, yeah. Here's a comic I drew. Ninja Turtles all coming in to kick Splinter's ass, and then there's lots of sound effects, a la 66 Batman. Let's see if there's any pitter-patter, skitter, schwing, fock, F-O-K, fock, clang, pink, chink, chunk, clop, clop. And then they're all just lying down on the floor, all beaten to hell with their weapons in front of them, and Splinter's just like, good, you're improving. Kind of a Sunday morning comic style joke. More characters, probably just random ideas. Got the nunchucks on the arms like the original drawings of the Ninja Turtles. This guy's got some tonfas. This guy's clearly supposed to be a monk of some kind. Another monk, maybe? I don't know. Probably inspired by Princess Mononoke, with the sandals and everything. And then we got a samurai here. And then we got another, more like a Ronin samurai. I think I'm going to cut it off right there, because this has been long enough. I'm going to continue on with this in the next video. Alright, bye. Wanna ride this fucking model? Honk, honk.